Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Brooke, or Baby Sims on all of my socials, and today we are building another house in Oasis Springs for my save file. If you guys are new here, then you should get a little explanation. So for the last about a year now, or maybe a couple months, I'm not actually sure, but I have been actually working on a save file completely where I'm redoing every single world basically, and just redoing every single lot, including the community lots and special lots and just everything like that. So I'm having a lot of fun doing it as well. And we are currently working on the Oasis Springs part of this save file, and we already completed one neighborhood, which is like the starter home type of area. And I think I made most of those base games, so you can get them on my gallery if that is something that you want. And I also built a park slash, or it's like a playground slash cafe lot that is there as well. So then we moved on to this neighborhood, which I think is called Bedrock Street. It's the neighborhood that Johnny Zest lives on originally. And we've done quite a few on here. I think we just did a couple houses, and then we have this one here. And there is a little bit of a story to this one. Just forgive me if I don't remember every detail, because I built this about a week and a half ago. So I definitely have forgotten a lot of the details, especially the people's names, but there is a little bit of a story here. And I also just want to start by saying a couple things. So I've looked back on a couple of my videos and I realized I say a lot. I'm really sorry. I always have all what I'm gonna plan in my head before I start filming, and then I start filming and I get like all stuttery and feel like I'm at loss for words. Just before I started filming this, I said my outro and my intro a couple times over. I clicked record, and then all of a sudden, I said the wrong intro like 3 times. I don't know what it is, man, but it happens every single time. So if I seem kind of awkward or even like weird when filming, I deeply apologize, because I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm stuttery and I get mixed up on my words a lot. So, hi, welcome. We are building this house, which I called the Riverside family home because, well, it's in front of a river and I'm not creative. So basically there is a story for this one, and as I said previously, forgive me if I don't remember every detail, like the characters' names or anything like that. It's been a little bit since I built this and made the family that lives here, but I do know what it consists of. It is a mom and a dad, and a teenage daughter, and then 2 twin child-age girls. So I remember I had a lot of fun building because I really like the style and the color scheme that I went with in this house. I think it's really nice, and same with the ones for the teenage and the children's room. I think they look really good. And the storyline is that it's not actually very interesting, like at all, but I figured it'd be good for you guys to hear anyway, just for an idea of if you're using this for a townhome or for yourself, or even just a storyline idea. So the mom is actually a writer and the dad is a programmer, and I realized that I do that a lot. Like, I was looking through my Oasis Springs because when I place the family down, I write their description, like the family household description, in the thing once I place them, and I was looking through some of them just out of curiosity, and so many of my Sims, like male Sims, are programmers or video game designers or something like that. So that's what he is. I apologize, but it is that way. I don't know. I've also had 4 straight generations of my legacy that I'm doing off camera that have been in the tech guru career. It's just because here's my thought process. Men, what's a good hobby for men? A lot of men play video games. And then I'm like, well, what do they want to do when they're older for a job? They like video games. That's all I have to go off, you know? So I apologize. I'm trying to switch it up a little bit, but that is a storyline basis. Writer, programmer, the teenage daughter, I remembered that she has the lazy trait, and she's very into like YouTube and social media, but she's also big into just chilling, you know what I mean? So she just kind of stays home, looks at her phone, goes on the computer. I think that her dream is to be famous. Like, I'm not even lying. I know I said she's like lazy, but listen, I'm also lazy, but I still sometimes get things done. So I feel like her dream is to be like a famous actress, and she just kind of doesn't know how to get to that yet, so she's just kind of like stuck. Well, she is only like, I think I made her to be 17, so, you know, but she wants to be a famous actor, so I think that she's been, or actress, sorry. So I think that when she was a kid, she was in the acting or drama club that came with Get Famous, and she might be still in it, but yeah, she's working towards that for sure, and she's really sweet as well, and I just kind of love her. And then the two twin girls that are upstairs in the bedroom that you'll see that I decorated, they have pretty different personalities when I was building their room, so I made it like that in their like creative sim as well. And I think they're both really mischievous. Like, they just kind of they're like very big into pranks, and I think that's totally because of them watching YouTube. And I don't know why that's like a weird thing I made up, but like I think that they watched a lot of YouTube growing up, and then they like seen all those like kid prank channels, and they became like obsessed with it. So now they go around just pranking all their family members, but they're really cute, and they're also really actually sweet kids. So yeah, which I don't know, I like that vibe. I don't know, I like this family, I think they're cute. And one thing I want to talk about is I know that I talk about all these families that live in this house and never share them or post them, and I probably won't, and here's why. Because I use so much, I cannot make a sim without CC, and I know that's probably not a good thing to say, but I can't do it. They have to have custom content, and they have so much, like there's not a real part of that sim ever. Like they have skin details, like custom tattoos, they have everything is custom content from head to toe, including their eye presets, their nose presets, their lip presets. So there's no logical way for me to share that with each sim, especially in these big families, because that would be so much CC, and I just don't want to be responsible, A, for your computer breaking, and for B, I just don't really feel like it's logical to post those type of sims that much CC without, and especially since some of the CC I use, because I make 5 outfits per category as well. And again, that's a lot of CC. A lot of the CC I have is, I kid you not, from like 2016 and may not be able to be downloaded anymore. So like, I don't feel comfortable sharing my sims like that, but I always share their story with you just in case you want to make your own version of this family, which you might, I don't know. But what I was going to say before that was that I like to kind of make all of them connected in some type of way. Think like Stardew Valley. I always think Stardew Valley, but think Stardew Valley in the way where like each townie either has someone they have a crush on, or their mom is friends with their mom, type of thing like that, you know? So I kind of like to do that with each world. So in Willow Creek, you already seen that. If you didn't, you should go back and watch some of mine, because I do this story thing a lot with all of them. But there's like 2 households in there that are very tangled. Like, as Jada Smith would say, entangled. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of infidelity going on between the 2, and babies that may or may not be the husbands. It's a whole thing. And so I kind of, when I started doing the Oasis Springs, there's a lot of people the same age. There's a lot of adults, there's a lot of adults, there's a lot of kids, a lot of teens. There's even a lot of toddlers. So I like to connect them all in some way. And I think the teenager in this house is in a little bit of a love triangle. So I can't exactly tell you what house this person lives in, but there's a teenager somewhere on this street, and it's a boy, and I think he's really nerdy, and she's like in love with him, right? But the nerd is in love with like the really pretty girl I made down the street. She's like a fashion influencer, I think I made, something like that. She's like really into fashion, and she's like really beautiful, and if I'm really honest, like way out of his league, and he's like in love with her while she is in love with the boy who's the nerd. And then the kids are also friends with the kids down the street, and they all pull pranks on their parents together and on the neighborhood. Like, they steal like stop signs and everything. Like, that's what I think they're up to. And I think the mom, since she's a writer, has like a little book club with some of the other moms in Oasis Springs as well. And there is a couple of households I made that are young adults. So there's the roommates one that you guys showed a lot of love to on my channel. And there's 3 roommates, and I already told their story of Ace, Angelina, and I forget the other boy's name, but it's a big love triangle there too. And I think that like Angelina is very good friends with like the couple I made in one of my starter homes that live there. So again, I like to just like connect my saves like that, because it's almost like, I don't know, it gives life to the game. And one thing I do love about doing this save file that I'm having so much fun with, that's making me like crave building, is the fact that it's exercising all kinds of things in my game for me, and it's refreshing it for me, because I'm building new styles I don't build. I'm using used color schemes I never did before. I'm doing different things with different styles of builds and different aesthetics in rooms. And after that, I make the Sims, so I'm kind of trying to get over my same face syndrome that I have with Sims, which, if you don't know, is where all your Sims have the same face with different hair colors and maybe eye colors and different style clothes, but they all look like they could be related somehow. So I'm kind of, it's exercising that to get rid of my same face syndrome. It's also kind of giving me a reason to make like actual detailed characters, not just like boring, bland slap this on them, blonde hair, and then just call it a sim. I like to make, because since I built their house, I kind of get a little tad bit of their personality. So with that, I'm making these sims based off what I made their room look like and what I think they're into. If they have an easel in the room, then I give them like the artist aspiration and dress them in kind of funky clothes to signify maybe they're like a Phoebe Buffay type of artist, you know, like very like a, I don't know, right, like a hippie artist type of thing like that. And I think it's really cool to do that and giving different aesthetics. And the other reason is because it also kind of does gameplay for me. I don't play with any of these families, but I put them all in my main save, and I only have one save, so they're all in here. And that makes them like walk around and talk to other townies I've made, so it makes like kind of storylines in my head. Like for example, okay, today I was playing with Hudson and Cora, who are 21 years old as of today. I just played through their 21st birthday, and they were at like a cafe, and I seen Angelica, who's the sim I just mentioned, who lived in the roomies household. She was actually talking to the dad in the Willow Creek, and one of the dads in the Willow Creek household, who is also an artist. And I just thought that was so funny, because like they go to art show together, because they were like, because the cafe is next door to the art center, by like, well, not next door, but it's close by-ish to where the art center. So I was thinking they maybe came from that and seen each other and then went for coffee. And I think that's like so fun, and I love that. And also, not to mention, you know that rich family I did the 2 mansions for, and they had like a twisted, tangled storyline, as I said earlier? I see those families interacting in suspicious ways so many times. It's like they heard my story. I don't know why I'm just sitting here, by the way. I don't really know what's going on. Okay, I fixed it. It should be done here in a split second. I didn't edit that out, and I apologize. I don't know why I didn't do that, but what I was saying was they have like a very complicated storyline, and if you didn't see that, check it out. One of them's called the Manor, and I think the other one's called like a mansion or something, and it's in my Willow Creek builds. So go check that out to hear their storyline all about it. And so I love it because I always see them interacting with each other. Like one of the storylines is that the dad in one house is has a thing having some woohoo with the neighbor, like mom. So they are like having a little fling there behind their significant other's backs. And when Hudson and Cora were actually at a restaurant about a week ago in real life, so I don't know, a couple days ago in Sims, they I seen those two out for coffee together, and I was like, yes, it's all coming together, it all works, because it just, you know, I made them a certain way and then they act on the things I made them. Like, it's just so perfect. I was obsessed. So I see them all the time, and I love seeing the rich people that I make in my cities that live in the mansion areas. They're always walking around university campus, so in my mind they're like maybe doing a lecture or like a guest lecture type of thing on like maybe their business or something like that, and I love to see it. I just think it's so good. So doing the save file has like literally changed the game for me. So if this is something that you maybe want to do, definitely do that. If you're not a good builder, maybe just like download my builds or somebody else's builds and make your own sims for them with their own storylines, and then you'll see what I mean, because it is just so satisfying to see. But yeah, we're actually doing the child age girl rooms now, and I guess they're kind of the same aesthetic. I think in my mind they were different, but they're not. One of them's just white, one is like this reddish pink color, and I think one of them, see the one on the right there, has like music stuff, and they have a soccer picture, so I think they're sporty but also like probably play the violin or maybe piano, while the other one is very into like pop culture and things. So I think that she is very into like, I don't even know, like Barbies maybe. I don't know, she's just a kid, but I feel like when she's older she's definitely gonna be in a social media career, and her sister's gonna be an actress, and the music one is probably going to be like a musician. So this family's like destined for fame, to be honest, because the mother is also like a decently famous writer as well, and the dad is a video game programmer. So this family is soon going to be out of this tiny little Oasis Springs house, and they're very soon going to be in like a big LA mansion, Del Sol mansion. So with that, I'm excited. But with the last like 2 minutes or so we have left of this build, I want to talk about one more thing, and that is the new pack that's coming out is for rent, obviously, and you have the ability to build apartments, townhouses, duplexes, and multifamily dwellings. And I just want to let you guys know, yes, I built a ton of lots, because I know all of you people that watch speed builds, if you're here you do, but if you follow other people do speed builds, you know they've been building duplexes and apartment complexes, because I know I've been watching them. And you're probably thinking like, oh, are you ever gonna do one? Maybe you're not, but I don't know, I feel like that's something people might be wondering. And yes, I am gonna do one. I finished one build, which is couple townhouses that are in Del Sol that I'm obsessed with, by the way. Awesome, one of my favorite builds. I say that every build, but you know what I mean. And the other one I'm currently working on that I'm only about a quarter of the way done is an apartment complex, and the reason they're not uploaded, well, the townhouses are done. The reason I'm not uploading them right now is because I'm gonna wait till the pack comes out to upload those, just because of the fact that I don't want to upload them as a residential lot right now. I want to upload them as a residential rental thing and actually differentiate the apartments, so you guys can play it the way the pack intended if you get the pack. But either way, we are out of time for this video, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys liked it, leave a like, a comment, and subscribe for more rambling and probably more speed builds. Count on the rambling more. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to check the link in my description to find all my social medias where you guys can talk to me, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright, bye guys.